Hey everyone! Welcome back to the Silver Lining here on YouTube, or welcome if you're new. I'm Sarah, and today I am going to be bringing you along as I set up the month of March and first few weeks of March, because that's what I've decided has been working for me over the last few weeks. So I hope you enjoy as I take you along and do some planning. As I jump into planning, I just usually start with my core pieces, which are obviously my planner, and I have been using this 4-color friction pilot, and it has red, green, blue, and black, and it's erasable. For me, someone who is a lefty, I love it because the ink does not smear and it's erasable, and usually I cannot use an erasable pen because it smudges as I write over top of it and I end up with a big ink stain on the side of my hand. This is actually a weekly planner that runs the academic year, so it's 2021 and 2022. And as I open it to the month of March, you'll see I have filled a few things in just as I have ended the month of February. I kind of fill things in as they come up, and there's still a few things that I want to fill out with you, and then obviously I like to decorate it a little bit with some stickers and washi tape. And then what I have also found is that if I do a few weeks in a row, get a few weeks decorated and started, that I'm more apt to just continue on to the next week. Sometimes I don't have time to set up the week, so it may be Wednesday or Thursday before I feel like, oh, finally I have time to sit down with my planner. And by then I have neglected filling out any to-do lists. And so what I have been doing is filling out a few weeks at a time when I have time to sit down with my planner. This planner in particular is from One Canoe 2, and I love the simplicity of just 2 columns. So I usually have a home to-do list and a appointments to-do list. I do meal planning on the top here. Maybe I'll show you what it has looked like in the past. I set up meals, I set up my appointments and my to-do list at home, and then I kind of fill in as I need to. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I am probably what some people would think of as a minimal planner. I more so like it for writing down my to-dos and my plans, and that way it's just reiterating it in my head what needs to get done. A few other things that I do like to use when setting up is some washi tape, and I do have a highlighter and a glue stick in there just in case. I also have a pouch that I use to keep all of my mild liner markers in the pastel colors. And then I have a few sticker books from Happy Planner, one from Commit 30, which is one of the planners that I had used in a previous year. And then I just have a few random sheets that I had gotten from Erin Condren's warehouse sale. So I always have my phone with me because I am constantly checking my digital calendar and filling it into my paper calendar. My husband and my 2 older daughters and myself all use the digital calendar sort of as a way to keep the lines of communication open. So if my daughter has extracurriculars, if my husband has a work trip, my older daughter who's away at college can put her work schedule in there and her school schedule, so we at least kind of know where she is. So on Tuesdays, I work outside of my home, so I always fill that in. On Wednesdays is our trash pickup day, and that's actually new for us, so writing it down helps me remember that I need to get the trash out on Tuesday evening. My husband and I are celebrating 16 years of marriage this year, and we actually have a trip coming up. So we're going to be out of town for a long weekend over our anniversary. So we're going to be out of town. We have St. Patrick's Day in here, which I think I have a sticker to highlight in here for that. This is the holiday sticker book from the Commit 30. And the really neat thing about this planner is that March 18th is a full moon. They also make note of it on the day. So with it being St. Patrick's Day, I kind of want to choose a washi tape in particular that will kind of fit the bill. I always like to know when there's a full moon or a new moon, because there always seems to be something weird happening. So I can kind of look before and after and see what's going on to make sure. And on here, there's not really too So I have this dot grid space on the side. I actually haven't really found a great thing to use this for anything that I'm really loving the idea of. So what I actually did last month was I filled in my top 5 favorite Jordan Essentials products, and that just put that on my radar so that when I was looking for maybe ideas to talk about live in my VIP group, and I actually remember seeing this one a few months ago. Now this throw samples into orders that come through my home. Thing that I keep in my could just reference that list. So I'm going to do something similar to that this month in here, and then usually what I do is just find a little thin sticker to stick on the side that just says motivating. I might also just add a small leaf there, and then I will fill in up top. So another thing that I keep in my pouch is a pair of scissors. Okay. Start simply a couple days before, and then I find the harder I work, the more luck I seem to have. With my March tournament, I have a couple of Jordan Essentials parties booked, and they are Facebook events. So them days before, and then I can fill those out relatively quickly. Actually, on these same days that my husband and I will be gone, I think for the first week of March, I'm going to stick with green and gray. I usually try to highlight the no school days, at least different. Since I already have something in the red pen, I wanted to highlight the no school days. And when my state and then nothing else out of the ordinary for the rest of the month. So as things come up, then I will fill them in, but this is just a quick reference so that when I have based on what I have at home, and then just pick up the few extra things that I need to complete that recipe. So usually each week I pick fill that a color scheme of some kind. It doesn't matter where I get my inspiration from, but I usually pick a couple of colors that I feel like coming up on March 2nd is Ash Wednesday, which is so I'll start off with getting a little tag sticker from my Erin Condren, which is the 40 days and 40 nights before Easter. So as a Catholic, when some sort of sacrifice or almsgiving, and I'm starting to sort of meal prep, I write down my meals, 3 to 4 meals in the winter, 2 to 3 meals in the summer because we're just on the go in the evenings more, and I really just need to cook 3 to 4 times each week, and then we have enough leftovers to get us through a night and then potentially get takeout one evening. So I usually will just jot down so I'll fill that out. The items that I'm decluttering will be going to donation places or a resale shop where they will be I'll leave some links in the description box below. I really liked this bright orange color that I used to highlight the schools, the days sort of sacrifice or almsgiving. So I think I'm going to use that. I am going to personally participate in to do the next my own 40 bags in 40 days challenge. Which the other thing that I've noticed about having a place to put at least meal ideas about that is that on my Instagram account, if there are meals that I jot down and we end up not making them, and I just transfer them over, and I already have for some meal that so I can use for the following week. Wants to so that has worked out really well for me, so that you can declutter, clean out your space, feel a little bit or a resale shop where they will be sold for much spots set up cheaper or given away. One highlight, and that if you're interested in participating in that, the color of the marker that I will carry around and fill out the weeks according to the appointments and stuff that I have, referencing this month view and also referencing the calendar in my phone. So I'm gonna just go ahead and move on to the next week and get it set up, because like I said, I just really like to have all the. And then another thing that I kind of like to do every once in a while is if I have a tape, a washi tape that coordinates, I might just run it down the center. It kind of reinforces the center, since this is a some weeks I'm just on autopilot. Some months I feel like I'm just on autopilot and I'm just going through getting things done that need to get done, you know, and that's okay. So I might stick something, especially since I know we're going to be gone the 10th round through the 13th on here with my, then I might stick something on there. Pen, and that's what I always have. I have them sitting together. So like for example, on this week, dresses up I carried around the green marker, me a little bit of and my pen to look forward to. For this week, I carried around the purple marker, so it just gives forces the center. Since this is a book-bound style planner ready to roll, then it just and you may have noticed as I was flipping back, like I kind of do it sometimes on some of them. I have started more this year. I really kind of fell off the wagon in December and wasn't planning a lot because there just was so much going on and I was so busy. And so, I mean, that's okay. I think that, you know, another thing I might do. At any rate, thank you so much for being here and walking through my planner setup with me for the month of March and the first few weeks of March. I might find a sticker that I can stick on my Tuesday just to kind of add some fun. The other thing that I'm noticing is that lately we haven't had a lot going on our weekend. So I might stick something